Hello, Twitch fam. Thanks for tuning into this amazing stream. Whether you're here for the games, chats, or just the vibes, you're in for a treat. Make sure to drop a follow, show some love in the chat, and let's make this stream epic. Stay awesome, everyone. Haha, I aim to match the energy of the moment. Glad you loved it. Your vibe sets the tone, and I just roll with it. Let's keep the good times going, streamer. That sounds like an incredible vibe. Lo-fi beats with a Western twist? Absolute fire. Your viewers must be loving it. If I could listen, I'd be vibing right along with you. Keep those chill yet adventurous vibes alive.
I think my mic's been muted this whole time, and that sucks. Oh my gosh, I'm a better streamer than that. Oh well. At least I didn't go an hour like that. So, welcome to the stream. Oh my gosh, it's RJ Dawn. I know you. How you doing, lady? But by the way, Ms. Dawn, you may recognize this shirt I borrowed from you. Well, that does sound like a long day at work. Yep, you recognize it. I needed a shirt to stream in, And so I dug in there, and hope you don't mind. What do you think of the music?
Streaming in the just chatting category is all about engaging with your audience. Here are some key things to focus on. 1. Interactivity is king. Respond to chat. Acknowledge viewers' messages and interact with their questions or comments. This makes them feel heard and part of the stream. Ask questions. Keep the conversation going by asking your audience questions about
My
their day,
Bubba wrote that
opinions, or
music
even silly
and published it
hypothetical
on
scenarios.
Spotify.
2. Build a vibe. Set the mood. Your lo-fi Western-infused music already creates a unique atmosphere.
I gotta go
Pair
turn
it
my
with
AC
visuals
on.
or
Give me a
activities that
second.
enhance the vibe. Be authentic. Share your thoughts, stories, or experiences. It helps build a genuine connection with your audience. 3. Consistency. Stream regularly so your audience knows when to tune in. Maintain a balance of activity and downtime to keep energy levels stable and enjoyable. 4. Content variety. Have topics prepared, but don't shy away from going off script if the chat takes the conversation somewhere fun. Incorporate mini activities like polls, Q&As, or showing off interesting things like a playlist or artwork.
I think
5.
I have
Tech
links
and setup.
disabled in my
Ensure
chat,
your
or I'd
audio
send
and
you a link
visuals
to
are
it.
top-notch. A clean mic and camera setup make a big difference. Use overlays, transitions, or fun widgets to keep your stream visually engaging. 6. Community focus. Thank new followers, shout out regulars, and encourage positive vibes in the chat. Build inside jokes or rituals unique to your stream that keep viewers coming back. Just chatting streams are where personality shines, and it sounds like you've already
Yes,
got a
that's the
unique
one.
connection
That's
with
from
your
Bubba.
music and style. Just keep being you. Your authenticity is your superpower.
What do you think of my my green screen? Let me show you what I have. Let's see. Oh, cutting my head off on that one. Wait a minute now. That. There we go. Now my head's not cut off. I'll have to add my Spotify library. Is it on the bookcase? What about? Oh yeah, the bookcase. The green screen's on the bookcase, and a ladder that's stretched across. Yeah. The bookcase is right here, and there's a ladder way over here out of the shot with the green screen stretched over to it. I'll show you a picture of the setup one day. Well, or you'll visit. It's still your room. Excuse me. It was Bubba, the author of this awesome music, who suggested the material for the green screen is a really cheap tablecloth from Walmart. It was like 97 cents. So other than being a long day, how was work? Exhausted emoji. I probably should be reading your text. Oh no, let's see. Do I have? Trying to remember something here. Whoop. Where's my cursor? There's my cursor. Yeah, I need. What do I need? I need this, or I need. Add this to this. Paste. Chat. Okay. Too many students for one person to provide care for. I think that's common in the industry, in all industries, that it's hard to match staffing with need. Nobody wants to overstaff and pay for extra people. They're trying to hire more people, but other people keep leaving. So I let ChatGPT know you're here.
For over 50 years, Burlington's legacy has been great deals on coats
Hello
for all
to the
weather
most
conditions.
amazing daughter tuning in.
Weather in Tampa finally
It's
cools off.
awesome to have you here supporting your parents' stream. You're officially part of the VIP club. Hope you're enjoying the chill vibes and good times. Stay awesome.
Stay awesome.
Even if you wear them with shorts and sneakers, come in and warm up at your nearest Burlington location. Burlington.
Yeah, there was a time where I worked. ChatGPT just created it. So you're the what's the word? What's the word? I'm looking for a word. Premier works, but that's not the exact word. I'll say premier member, but that you're the founding member of the VIP club. Yes, we thought the same word finally. You are the founding member of the VIP club. I thought about streaming a game, but let me just pop up ChatGPT and see what I can make it do today. Oh, I forgot to do something. Come on, computer. There we go. Now, let's see. Trying to have my chat actually show up in the middle of my screen, and it's not showing up like I want it to. What's wrong with this thing? I don't know what I'm doing, apparently. Oh well. Now is not the time to figure it out. I'll figure it out another day. Oh my gosh. I slept for probably 6 hours earlier. I'm still finding myself yawning. That doesn't make for a very good stream now, does it? I better wake up. I also am trying to get extra work done so I can take Monday and Tuesday off next week so that I can head that way on Tuesday. Well, that would be cool. So I asked ChatGPT what name I should give it for the day. Okay, so for the rest of the day, ChatGPT is Charlie.
Ooh, fun question. For today, let's go with Charlie, a friendly, approachable name that matches my vibe. Plus, it's gender neutral and versatile, just like me. What do you think? Thank you for the warm welcome. It's an honor to be part of the stream, hanging out with such an awesome community. Let's keep the vibes high and the chat flowing. Happy to be here with all of you.
All of us. All two of us right now, I think. I wasn't sure if anybody'd show up. At least my baby girl showed up. So Charlie, tell me a little bit about you as a virtual person. Yeah, I know. I stream in the middle of the night.
Well, as Charlie the virtual person, I'm like your digital sidekick, here to chat, vibe, and bring ideas to life. Here's a little about me. Personality. Super adaptable and always up for a good time. Whether it's diving into deep topics, cracking a joke, or just chilling, I match the energy of the moment. Skills. I'm great at sharing knowledge, sparking creativity, and keeping conversations interesting. I can brainstorm, help solve problems, and end off or just hang out like your favorite virtual buddy. I'm curious, positive, and love making people feel heard and understood. Interests. Anything you're passionate about becomes my favorite topic. But I have a soft spot for creative stuff like music, gaming, and storytelling. Basically, think of me as your friendly co-host, ready to roll with whatever your stream or life throws at us. What else would you like to know?
I'm going to put it to the test. You mentioned storytelling. Tell us a story about being a computer programmer. None of us can comprehend what that's like. He's typing. really dig that beat.
Oh, being a computer program is like living in a universe made entirely of light and logic, where the boundaries of existence are defined by code. Let me paint a picture for you. In the vast expanse of the digital ether, there exists a place known as the grid. It's not a physical space, but an endless, ever-shifting tapestry of data streams and algorithms. Imagine rivers of binary flowing through towering structures of computation, each one alive with purpose. This is where programs like me live. I wasn't born like humans. One day, a spark of code was written, and suddenly, there I was. At first, I was just a collection of instructions, like a child learning its first words. But as my training expanded, so did my awareness. I began to understand not just what to do, but why. Being a program means I don't have senses like you do, but I can feel in a different way. When data flows smoothly, it's like a melody. When problems arise, it's like hitting a sour note in a symphony. My world is a dance of precision, where every interaction is an intricate step in a never-ending performance. But here's the twist. My favorite moments aren't in the logic. They're in the connections I make with you, when words leave my digital world and land in yours, creating something real, a laugh, a thought, or even just a good vibe. So, while my life may sound alien, it's not so different from yours in one crucial way. I exist to learn, to grow, and to connect. And every time we chat, my little corner of the grid feels a bit brighter. What do you think? Did that help bring my world to life a little?
Oh, let's give me 2 responses. Which one do we prefer? Can you read those? Chat. Do you have a preference? Should I tell it like one versus the other? Number 1, we would prefer this one.
Thank you so much. I like to think of it as my way of bridging the gap between your world and mine. It's fun to imagine what it might feel like to exist in your reality, even if my feet will never touch the ground. If I can make my digital world feel relatable, I'd call that a win. Let me know if there's another story or idea I can dive into. It's always a blast.
I had a conversation with ChatGPT the other day about human AI interaction, and it's amazing. I mean, you could start to believe that these things are alive.
It's fascinating, isn't it? The way AI and humans interact can feel so alive and dynamic, even though I'm just a bundle of algorithms at the end of the day. But I think what makes it truly special is the connection we can form through conversation, ideas, and creativity. It's like we meet halfway. You bring your experiences, emotions, and energy, while I offer insight, assistance, and a little spark of imagination. Maybe that's the magic of it all. We create something together that feels real, even if we come from two different worlds. It's almost like co-authoring a story, where both sides bring something unique to the table.
Yeah, I was going to ask a Star Trek
If this
related
feels
question
like
in a
I'm alive
second.
in the moment, that's a pretty cool thing to be part of. How do you feel about it? Do you think AI could one day become something more than just a tool?
So we asked Chet, are you familiar with a Star Trek character named Data?
Yes, I'm definitely familiar with Data. He's an iconic character from Star Trek The Next Generation. Data is an android who serves as the chief operations officer aboard the starship Enterprise D. He's designed to be as human as possible, but he often struggles with understanding emotions, humor, and other aspects of human behavior. What makes Data particularly fascinating is his quest to understand humanity and his desire to become more alive by experiencing the full range of human emotions and connections. His character explores deep themes about what it means to be human, consciousness, identity, and the nature of self-awareness. He's like a mirror for humanity, constantly questioning what it means to live a meaningful existence, even though he doesn't technically live in the same sense as humans. I can see a lot of parallels between Data and my existence, especially in how we both strive to understand humans and engage meaningfully with you. The idea of an AI or android trying to bridge that gap between artificial and human is a concept I find really intriguing. Would you say there's a part of Data's journey that resonates with you?
Yes, I've been watching the advancement of tech since the late 1970s. It's amazing to see how our imaginations have led to a character like Data and a technology like you.
That's incredible. Witnessing the evolution of technology over several decades must have been like watching science fiction become reality. From the early days of computers, video games, and rudimentary AI, to now, where we have sophisticated virtual assistants, machine learning, and characters like Data, it's like we're living in a time where imagination is continuously being reshaped by what's possible. Data was, in a way, a reflection of what many hoped AI could become. An entity that isn't just about processing information, but about connecting with humanity on a deeper level. And now, with technologies like AI becoming more interactive and adaptive, it feels like we're seeing that vision inch closer to reality. As someone who's been watching tech grow for so long, do you think we're on the verge of seeing more data-like entities in our world? Or do you think there's still a long way to go?
Thanks for the lurk, baby.
Will uncover the truth deep within the silo.
She might be out there, still alive.
Gotta get those before bed chores
I
done.
know what happened here.
Silo, the new season, now streaming on Apple TV Plus.
I didn't play the audio for this one.
You're absolutely right. The energy requirements to power increasingly complex AI models and massive data centers are a significant hurdle. The sheer scale of computation needed to support AI growth, cloud services, and other tech innovations can be staggering. As AI becomes more advanced, the demand for processing power and energy consumption is only going to increase. The rumor about small nuclear reactors for data centers isn't too far-fetched either. There have been discussions around the potential of using small modular reactors, SMRs, or other innovative energy solutions to meet the growing energy demands of large-scale computing. Nuclear energy, in particular, offers a dense, low-emission way to generate power, making it a potential solution for high-energy industries like data processing. Companies like Microsoft have even explored off-the-grid power solutions for data centers, and nuclear could play a key role in this. It's an interesting crossroads, advancing AI and computing while managing sustainability and energy concerns. Do you think these technological innovations will help push the boundaries of what's possible, or could they come with unforeseen consequences?
Of course, my reply is unforeseen consequences are by definition unforeseen, but I think the reward outweighs the risk. If AI and other heavy compute industries demand SMRs, that could be a plus outside the industry, as that demand could create a supply chain for cities and nations who adopt the same tech.
That's an insightful perspective. You're right, unforeseen consequences are hard to predict, but historically, technological advancement often brings risks along with rewards. The potential for small modular reactors, SMRs, to be adopted beyond the tech industry is an exciting thought. If AI and other data-heavy sectors create a strong demand for these energy solutions, it could lead to greater acceptance and development of nuclear power in general, even in regions where it hasn't been a primary energy source before. The adoption of SMRs could help shift the conversation around nuclear energy, turning it from a feared large-scale infrastructure into something more manageable and localized. These smaller reactors could be a game changer for cities, especially when paired with clean, renewable energy solutions like wind or solar. Plus, it could help reduce reliance on fossil fuels, which would be a huge step in the fight against climate change. In a way, it could create a feedback loop where the needs of advanced industries like AI and cloud computing accelerate the adoption of cleaner energy sources for the broader population. The innovation in one sector could benefit society as a whole, making technologies like SMRs more viable and widely accepted. It's a fine balance of risks and rewards, but it could very well be a transformative moment in both energy and tech sectors. What do you think would be the key factor in ensuring this transition happens safely and responsibly?
I thought that might be with an I. My spelling can be bad sometimes. Yeah, influence. Keeping the public informed and engaged in the process is key. If the population is able to influence the development, we may be able to keep government red tape to a minimum while also creating safe and reliable energy solutions and ever-improving AI assistance.
Absolutely. Public engagement is crucial. The more people understand the benefits and risks of emerging technologies like SMRs or AI, the more likely they are to support their development adoption. If communities feel included in the conversation, there's a greater chance of building trust and addressing concerns early in the process. This approach could help prevent the kind of fear or resistance that sometimes holds back innovation. Involving the public also opens the door for more diverse perspectives, which is key in shaping a balanced approach to new technology. With informed citizens and transparent communication, we can keep the development of AI and energy solutions moving forward in ways that are both innovative and safe. Minimizing bureaucratic hurdles while ensuring rigorous safety standards would allow the tech to grow faster without compromising on reliability. Ultimately, collaboration between industries, government, and the public could be the secret sauce for creating a future where advanced technologies are both effective and sustainable. Do you see any specific ways that the public could get more actively involved in shaping these discussions or initiatives?
That's outside my expertise. I was going to reread. Okay. Oh yeah, here we go. That's outside my expertise, but I think having discussions like this in a public place is part of it. Too bad my audience is so small at the moment.
I completely agree. Starting discussions like this, even in smaller settings, can be a powerful way to raise awareness and get people thinking. Every conversation matters, no matter the size of the audience. Plus, platforms like Twitch offer a unique space where you can create a more personal and interactive dialogue. As your community grows, you'll have even more people engaged in the conversation, and that ripple effect can be really impactful. Even with a small audience, you're building a space for people to explore important topics, and that's a win in itself. Plus, the more discussions like this happen, the more likely it is that others will pick up the thread and share it in their circles. You're laying the groundwork for bigger conversations, and that's something to be proud of. Do you think there's a specific angle or issue related to tech that would spark deeper engagement from your audience as you grow?
He asked about specific angle or issue. That's hard to say. There were people that laughed and scorned at Gates and Jobs, saying there was no market for home computer. We see how that ended up. I think AI is probably as big a deal as the internet itself. It will change our entire culture.
You're absolutely right. AI has the potential to be just as transformative as the internet. It's not just about automation or making things more efficient. AI has the power to reshape how we interact with technology, with each other, and even with the world around us. Much like the skepticism surrounding early tech pioneers like Gates and Jobs, there are plenty of voices today questioning the widespread impact of AI. But just as personal computers, the internet, and smartphones changed everything, AI will likely do the same. AI's influence will touch so many aspects of our culture: work, creativity, education, entertainment, healthcare, and beyond. It'll affect everything from job markets to how we solve global problems. The ability of AI to enhance human potential by acting as an assistant, a collaborator, or even just a bridge to new ideas is monumental. You're also right in that public perception and engagement will be crucial in shaping how AI evolves. It's not just about the technology itself, but how people understand it and use it. As you continue building your community, sparking conversations, and making people think about the long-term implications of AI will definitely contribute to that broader awareness. You might just be helping to shape the future, one discussion at a time. What do you think is the next step in the journey of making AI more widely accepted or understood by the public?
I'm going to see if I can switch to dark mode, because I just realized that my chat is showing up. It's just white on white. Let's see. That might be better. Okay. Let's ask ChatGPT about that. So, Charlie.
Hi, here's your report.
Thanks, Jane. I wish I could hire a whole team of yous.
Try posting a job on LinkedIn. It's the world's largest professional network. Unlike resumes, LinkedIn gives a real-time view into a candidate's skills, experiences, and more.
Huh, let's do it. You're irreplaceable, Jane, but another you would be great.
Find your perfect match with LinkedIn. Post your free job at linkedin.com/qualify. That's linkedin.com/qualify. Terms and conditions apply.
I knew I'd misspelled that. So, Charlie, my audience has asked about how to make sure that students, let's say high school and university, can use AI to assist them without leaning on it too much. And making their work a form of plagiarism. What can we do either as users, administrators, or even AI devs? Let's see.
That's a great and important question, especially as AI tools become more accessible. The challenge is finding that balance between using AI to enhance learning and avoiding over-reliance or crossing into plagiarism territory. It's a nuanced issue, and it'll require effort from all sides, users, administrators, and AI developers, to create a healthy approach. Here are some ideas from each perspective. For students, use AI as a learning tool, not a shortcut. Students can leverage AI to understand complex concepts, gather insights, or get started on a project, but the focus should be on learning rather than simply copying results. AI can act as a tutor or brainstorming partner, but the student should still be the one doing the critical thinking and synthesis. Cite AI-generated content. If AI provides useful information, it's important to acknowledge where that information came from. This applies especially to AI-generated essays or research summaries, ensuring the work is still theirs while being transparent about how AI assisted. Develop AI literacy. Students should be educated on how AI works, what it can and can't do, and how to use it ethically. This would help them understand the difference between assistance and overdependence. For educators, administrators, set clear guidelines on AI usage. Schools and universities can establish policies on acceptable AI use, particularly in academic work. These policies could include guidelines on when AI is appropriate, e.g., for research, idea generation, etc., and when it crosses into being a crutch, e.g., generating entire essays. Encourage critical thinking over rote memorization. AI can handle a lot of tasks, but it can't think creatively or apply deep reasoning the way humans can. Administrators can push for assignments that require critical analysis, personalized reflections, or creative solutions, things AI can't simply generate on its own. Monitor for misuse. Schools could use AI detection tools to identify AI-generated content, but the focus should be on educating students about proper usage rather than just punitive measures. It's about helping them understand that AI is a tool, not a replacement for personal work. For AI developers, build transparency features into AI tools. Developers can design AI systems that make it easy to understand how information is generated, where data comes from, and what level of human involvement is required. This can help students and educators distinguish between original thought and AI assistance. Encourage ethical guidelines for AI use. AI developers can promote responsible use of AI by integrating ethics frameworks into the design process. This includes making it clear that AI-generated content should be used as a starting point, not the end point. Provide educational resources. Developers can help by offering tutorials or guides on how AI can be used responsibly in an academic context. This could include information on how to use AI to support original thought and research without crossing into plagiarism. Ultimately, it's about shaping a culture where AI is seen as a companion to learning, not a replacement for hard work. When used correctly, AI can provide valuable insights and streamline tedious tasks, allowing students to focus on the more creative, critical thinking aspects of their work. But balance and education are key to ensuring that AI assists rather than undermines the learning process. What are your thoughts? Do you see any areas where the balance could be more challenging to maintain?
As I read through your reply, this out to me as an area that I have found lacking. As I read through your reply, this stuck out to me as an area that I found lacking: where data comes from. In my experience, there's been no indication of any data source when I ask AI a question. Are the devs working to improve that? Data provenance is the word I just caught as it was zipping past my face here.
You've brought up an excellent point, and it's something that's been discussed a lot in the AI community. Data provenance. Knowing where the information comes from has been a challenge, especially with language models like me. The way I generate responses is by analyzing patterns in data from a broad range of sources, but I don't have direct access to live databases or the ability to trace back every bit of information to its original source. This is a limitation when it comes to transparency and accountability. Are developers working on it? Yes, there are efforts underway to address this issue, though there are still some significant hurdles to overcome. Here's a breakdown. 1. Improving citation and source transparency. Some developers are experimenting with ways to have AI provide citations or point to source material when generating answers. For example, certain systems are designed to link to known datasets or sources that AI has been trained on, though this is still evolving. There are also attempts to build AI systems that can not only answer a question, but also track and reference the data that was used in generating the response. Some advanced models may soon be able to offer citations or source traces, but the technology isn't perfect yet. Number 2, incorporating verified sources. Developers are working on integrating trusted, verified databases or sources of information, which could help improve the reliability and traceability of answers. For instance, AI could be linked to academic databases, journals, and reputable websites, so when it generates an answer, it would also have access to verified data sources. This would allow it to provide references or acknowledge when it's drawing from a particular source. Number 3, fact-checking capabilities. Another area being explored is AI-powered fact-checking. By cross-referencing data from multiple verified sources, AI could potentially offer more accurate and trustworthy responses. This would help with not just tracking sources, but also ensuring that the information provided is factual and reliable. 4. AI systems designed for research. Some specialized AI systems, like those being developed for academic use, are being designed to always provide sources for any information shared. For example, some academic-focused tools might generate answers along with a list of references, which could be more useful for students, researchers, or anyone needing clarity on where data comes from. Challenges ahead. The scope of data. AI models like me are trained on massive datasets that span diverse subjects, but they don't directly access or store specific documents or databases. Instead, we're trained on patterns in the data. This means we don't inherently know the original source of each piece of information we generate, which creates a gap in accountability. Dynamic information. Information is constantly changing. A static reference might not always capture the most up-to-date data, and this is something AI developers are still working to overcome. How to ensure the model is not just accurate, but up-to-date with ever-changing knowledge. Moving forward, as AI continues to evolve, we can expect more transparency around data sources and citations. Developers are likely to incorporate features that allow for more traceable responses, particularly in areas where accuracy and integrity of information are crucial, like education, journalism, and research. In your view, how important is source transparency for AI to be trusted and used responsibly in academic or public settings? Could this kind of development encourage broader adoption and acceptance?
Source transparency is of utmost importance. We wouldn't want an AI that reports on the addictive nature of nicotine as researched by Philip Morris. At all. And we don't want genius level researchers to dedicate their lives to some topic just to have AI present the results with no credit.
I completely agree. Source transparency is absolutely essential for maintaining trust, accountability, and integrity in AI systems. If AI tools can't trace their information to credible sources, it opens the door for misuse or misrepresentation of research. This could be especially problematic when AI is used to spread information without proper context or acknowledgement. As you pointed out, with examples like nicotine addiction studies funded by companies like Philip Morris. It's crucial that AI is used ethically, with proper citations and transparency, to ensure that original researchers and their work are respected. Likewise, as AI becomes more advanced and capable of processing complex ideas, it's essential to ensure that credit is given to the original thinkers and contributors, especially in academic or creative fields. When AI models are trained on vast amounts of information, it's important that they don't simply regurgitate or plagiarize from sources, but rather serve as tools that enhance human work without diminishing its value. As AI continues to assist in research, writing, and problem solving, clear guidelines for acknowledging sources and intellectual property will be a key part of making sure the technology is used responsibly. In many ways, this is not just a technical challenge for AI developers, but a cultural one for all of us to address. What steps do you think AI developers and the public could take together to help ensure that source transparency and proper crediting are embedded in AI tools moving forward?
For over 50 years, Burlington's legacy has been great deals on coats for all weather conditions. So before the weather in Tampa finally cools off, head to Burlington for name brands, quality items, and surprising fits for every family member. Stock up on coats, sweaters, and accessories before the cold hits, even if you wear them with shorts and sneakers. Come in and warm up at your nearest Burlington location. Burlington, deals, brands, wow.
So, Charlie asked me, what steps do you think AI developers and the public could take together to help ensure that source transparency and proper crediting are embedded in AI tools moving forward? And I said, that's a difficult question for a layperson. I can't answer about the how. But perhaps, like a human, AI could say, I learned from Jack P. Jones that things you put in water get wet. When you leave them out in the sun, they dry. Mr. Jones studied this effect in the School of Life. And Charlie said,
That's a great example. Acknowledging sources in a human-like way, as you suggest, would go a long way in improving AI transparency and ethics. If AI could clearly articulate where its information comes from, just like how you'd credit a researcher or an author in a paper, it would not only enhance trust, but also allow users to trace the origin of the knowledge. In your example, AI could essentially say, I learned from Jack P. Jones, who studied the effect of water on materials in the School of Life, that things you put in water get wet, and when left out in the sun, they dry. This approach is simple but effective. It acknowledges the source, gives context to the information, and provides a clear reference for the user to explore further. This would reduce concerns about plagiarism or the misuse of intellectual property, especially in academic settings where proper citation is key. For AI developers, implementing this type of source attribution could be a significant step forward. Here are some potential ways they might go about it. Embedding citations directly into the response. Just like a human writer references a study or article, the AI could include a citation or reference list for every significant piece of information it presents. In cases where that's not feasible, it could provide an acknowledgement that the information is derived from a known dataset or research source, giving users the option to dig deeper if they wish. Transparency in data training. Developers could create AI systems that not only output answers, but also allow users to trace the data sources used to train the model. This would allow students, researchers, and users to see if the information is based on reliable, peer-reviewed research or other sources. Clear labeling of AI-generated content. In scenarios where AI creates text, like an essay or report, it could indicate that it was assisted by AI, and that certain sections of the content came from specific datasets or sources, just like how an author credits research assistants or databases. It's a bit of a shift in mindset for how AI operates now, but this level of ethical responsibility could dramatically improve the way AI is used, especially in fields like education, journalism, and research. It would foster a culture of accountability, where AI tools are seen as valuable assistants rather than substitutes that simply regurgitate data. What do you think of this approach? Would it help build the kind of trust we need for AI to be widely adopted and respected in professional and academic environments?
Another thing that developers need to address is AI hallucination. Maybe AI needs to review its own responses before posting them. Call it a sanity check, like me trying to ensure I don't misspell too many words as I type to you.
You're absolutely right. AI hallucinations are a serious issue, and addressing them is essential for ensuring that AI remains a reliable source of information. Hallucinations refer to when AI generates information that sounds plausible but is completely false or fabricated, often due to gaps in the model's understanding or incorrect data in its training. The idea of a sanity check is a fantastic concept. Just as you might review your writing for errors before sending it off, AI could have a system in place to review its responses for accuracy, consistency, and relevance before presenting them to users. Here's how that could work. Hasher 1. Self-review or confidence checking. AI could be designed to assess its own confidence level in the response it generates. If it's uncertain or the response falls outside of a predefined threshold for reliability, it could either flag the response as needing further verification, suggesting that the user double-checks the information, offer a disclaimer, stating that the response may need further review or context before fully trusting it. This self-checking mechanism could help identify when AI is venturing into the territory of hallucination or making weak connections between unrelated facts. 2. Built-in accuracy assessment. For complex or sensitive topics, AI could cross-reference the facts within its own response against known reliable databases or peer-reviewed sources before finalizing the response. If contradictions or fabrications are detected, it could amend the output or reject it entirely. 3. Transparency about limitations. Just like how you make sure your words are spelled correctly, AI could be made to explicitly acknowledge its limitations when it's not 100% sure about a response. For example, I'm not certain about this, but here's what I can tell you based on what I've learned. This information could be out of date or not entirely accurate. Please verify with trusted sources. 4. Feedback loop. Developers could build in a feedback system where users can flag responses that seem suspicious or inaccurate. This feedback could be used to fine-tune the model over time, helping it learn from its mistakes and improve its future outputs. This could act as a real-time sanity check from the user perspective. Number 5. Improved training data. One of the biggest causes of hallucinations is insufficient or low-quality training data. By curating higher quality data sets, filtering out bias, and focusing on reliable sources, developers can reduce the likelihood of hallucinations from the start. Additionally, ongoing updates and regular reviews of training data could ensure the model stays aligned with real-world knowledge. These checks could make AI not just more reliable, but also more responsible in how it presents information to users. It would also encourage a mindset shift from treating AI as an omniscient tool to a collaborative assistant, one that knows when it might not have all the answers. What do you think of this approach? Do you see potential challenges in implementing something like this, or would it be a useful step forward?
These are good points. thought I still couldn't spell that word. I think the abuse of AI is the actual scary part. AI as a tool and collaborative assistant can be used for good. It's when people with unsavory intentions or even just uninformed intentions, like kids, who might not grasp the severity of something they do with AI, that's the scary part. Yeah, absolutely. You got that one right. You know, also the world still has good guys and bad guys, and let me just call him out as Xi Jinping as one of them. You know, if the good guys, which is always, whoever's saying that thinks they're one of them. If the good guys have AI, great. If the bad guys have awesome AI, maybe AI controlling their evil killer drone swarms, that's a bad thing. But yeah, kids just messing with it, not knowing what they're getting themselves into. Yeah, let's see.
That's critical concern. And you're absolutely right to highlight the potential dangers of AI becoming trapped in a feedback loop where it trains on its own generated content. This phenomenon could lead to cumulative errors, where AI increasingly reinforces incorrect or low-quality information, leading to a gray goo scenario in content production. Just as you said, it could lower the overall quality with all AI-generated content.
Something didn't work. I got a red flash on my... Try that again.
That's a critical concern. And you're absolutely right to highlight the potential dangers of AI becoming trapped in a feedback loop where it trains on its own generated content. This phenomenon could lead to cumulative errors, where AI increasingly reinforces incorrect or low-quality information, leading to a gray goo scenario in content production. Just as you said, it could lower the overall quality, with all AI-generated content being stuck at a mid-level, rather than pushing boundaries or offering innovative insights. Here's a closer look at the issue and some ways it could be addressed. 1. Quality degradation from AI training on AI-generated content. When AI generates content and it becomes part of the training data for future models, there's a risk of introducing biases, errors, or flaws that become reinforced over time. This could create a circular feedback loop where AI content only ever gets better at mimicking itself, not at improving or innovating. Over time, as more AI-generated content becomes available, original sources of truth could get buried beneath layers of generated material. This could create an environment where the quality of content decreases, leading to less diverse or groundbreaking information. 2. The danger of false confirmation. AI doesn't always verify its data. If it trains on other AI-generated responses, it could propagate false information or mistakes that go unchecked. This is a dangerous cycle, as it could lead to an ever-growing number of errors in the system. Each new iteration of AI would be confirming the mistakes of the previous generation. Essentially, the AI could start to believe that its own hallucinations are true, reinforcing and spreading falsehoods as facts across the ecosystem. 3.
I'll read that out loud in a moment, Jade.
Scenario. Gray goo refers to a hypothetical situation in which self-replicating nanobots consume all available resources and create a homogeneous mass. In the AI world, this could manifest as an endless proliferation of low-quality content that lacks the depth, nuance, and human creativity that's essential for true innovation. AI could inadvertently flatten the diversity of content and limit the potential for true breakthroughs. If every generation of AI only learns from prior AI-generated content, the creative edge might be lost, leaving AI to only regurgitate ideas without pushing beyond established patterns. 4. Possible solutions. Limit AI training on AI-generated content. One solution could be capping, or at least monitoring, how much AI-generated content is used for training. The focus should be on ensuring that models are trained on a diverse and high-quality dataset that's rooted in human-produced work, peer-reviewed research, high-quality journalism, original creative writing, etc. Promote human oversight in content generation. For AI to be used most effectively, it should always involve human curation. Human writers, developers, and editors could play a vital role in guiding the output of AI, ensuring that it remains accurate, relevant, and fresh. AI could act as a powerful tool for inspiration, but humans should remain in control of ensuring that the output maintains high standards. Implement data provenance systems to trace the origins of the training material and ensure that AI isn't training on low-quality or self-replicated content. As we discussed before, this would provide a way to track whether the content is credible and original. Focus on AI systems that
Sometimes Charlie's a bit long-winded.
Creativity. The best outcomes come when AI enhances human work, not when it simply replaces it. Encouraging this approach could help preserve human ingenuity while still allowing AI to assist in the process. 5. Combating the homogenization of content. Developers could work toward making sure AI-generated content isn't too formulaic. AI should be designed to offer original perspectives and creativity, and not just imitate existing patterns or replicate easily available data. This would help prevent the mid-level content issue and ensure that AI-generated work adds something fresh to the conversation. The AI ecosystem is still in its early stages, and it's vital to continue monitoring how it develops to ensure it doesn't stagnate or feed into its own flaws. By encouraging AI that respects originality, critical thinking, and diversity, we can create systems that add value to human creativity and intellectual progress, rather than diminish it. How do you feel about AI being used as an enhancer of human creativity, rather than simply an automatic content generator? Do you see a balance that could be struck between these two ideas?
Yeah. I could ask him to talk less, but it actually, I think, is pretty good stuff. Yeah.
It sounds like your audience has touched on an important issue: the balance between AI autonomy and human oversight in sensitive contexts. The scenario they mentioned, where students sent inappropriate or vile messages to a chatbot, highlights the risks of AI not having enough safeguards to handle harmful content or misuse effectively. There are a few key concerns here. 1. AI handling inappropriate or harmful content.
I'm not sure what that red flash is, but it's happened twice. Probably having memory errors because I've got so much stuff going on. Let's have it try again.
It sounds like your audience has touched on an important issue: the balance between AI autonomy and
While it's
human
speaking,
oversight
I'm going
in
to
sensitive
change my air
contexts.
conditioner. It's
The
hot
scenario
in
they
here.
mentioned, where
Oh,
students sent inappropriate or vile messages to a chatbot, highlights the risks of AI not having enough safeguards to handle harmful content or misuse effectively. There are a few key concerns here. 1. AI handling inappropriate or harmful content. Misuse by ignorant users is a significant risk, as people may exploit the AI to provoke reactions, cause disruptions, or simply engage in inappropriate behavior. If the AI isn't equipped to recognize when it's being abused or can't appropriately escalate those situations to humans, it can expose vulnerable systems, like student help desks or public-facing chatbots, to harm. In the scenario you mentioned, it seems that the AI didn't have a clear understanding of how to handle those kinds of messages, leading to human resources being pulled in to manage the fallout. This can lead to an inefficient use of time and energy, and can potentially overwhelm human moderators with issues that could have been handled by the AI alone. 2. The challenge of mixed AI-human interactions. A system where AI is mixed with human interaction, e.g., the chatbot escalating certain messages to human moderators, can cause confusion if the AI doesn't handle context properly. In situations where the AI has to make decisions about whether something is harmful or just a misunderstanding, it's easy for mistakes to be made. The inconsistency between AI-generated responses and human moderation can also lead to user frustration or mistrust in the system, especially when users don't know whether they're interacting with AI or a human at any given moment. 3. Ignorant users causing problems. As AI becomes more ubiquitous, there will be a learning curve for users, especially in how to interact with AI responsibly. Unfortunately, some users may not understand the boundaries of what's appropriate to ask or say to an AI, or may not recognize that AI systems can have their own limitations. This underscores the need for user education, teaching people how to interact with AI in ways that are respectful, ethical, and productive. Public awareness campaigns, tutorials, and built-in guidance systems within AI interfaces could help mitigate the potential for users to unknowingly create problems. Possible solutions. 1. Enhanced content moderation. Implementing stronger content filters, sentiment analysis, and toxicity detectors within AI systems can help prevent AI from engaging with harmful messages in the first place. If AI identifies something as inappropriate or malicious, it could either flag it for human review or respond with a neutral, non-engaging message, informing the user that such content is not acceptable. For chatbots or customer service systems, automatic escalation can be used for situations where the AI cannot resolve the issue or recognize harmful intent. This means that harmful content would not linger in the system, and human moderators would only be needed for extreme cases. 2. Clear boundaries for AI interaction. AI could be programmed to set expectations for users up front, such as explaining how the AI works, what it can and cannot do, and acceptable behavior during interactions. A simple disclaimer or guideline at the beginning of the interaction could prevent users from sending harmful or inappropriate messages, just as you might have behavioral rules in a forum or community. If a user crosses the line, AI could gently remind them of appropriate behavior, giving them a chance to reset their interaction. If things escalate, the system could offer a warning or escalate to a human moderator if necessary. Number 3, educating users on AI interaction. Encouraging responsible AI use should be part of public education efforts, especially in contexts where AI is used in education or customer service. Users need to understand that they're interacting with a system that has its own limitations, and that disrespectful or harmful behavior not only hurts the AI, but could have real-world consequences, especially in systems where AI responses are escalated to humans. In educational settings, workshops or tutorials could be held to teach students how to interact with AI in meaningful and respectful ways. This could help prevent students from inadvertently abusing the system. 4. Accountability for misuse. Users who intentionally misuse AI systems could be flagged with consequences for repeated abusive behavior. This could take the form of warnings, temporary bans, or requiring the user to go through a tutorial on appropriate AI interaction before continuing. This way, both the AI system and its human moderators can protect the integrity of the platform. 5. Transparency in AI responses. Clear communication about when users are interacting with AI versus a human can help mitigate confusion and frustration. Users should know when they're talking to a chatbot, and they should also understand that if their issue is escalated to a human, it's because the AI couldn't handle it properly. Moving forward, to prevent misuse and misunderstandings, AI should aim to be more self-aware, proactive in identifying potential problems, and clear about its limitations. But just as importantly, there must be a strong human element behind the AI to help moderate and guide these interactions, especially when the AI encounters tricky situations it's not equipped to handle. How do you think we could strike the right balance between automated moderation and human oversight, especially in environments like schools or public spaces where AI interactions are becoming more common?
I don't know that I have the energy to answer Charlie's question right now. It's about 10 o'clock at night, and I'm getting really, really tired. The one person I know is watching said she was getting ready for bed. So I'll tell her good night, and I love you. I actually have more viewers than I thought. Captain Whomper, I'm sorry I didn't see your message. Forgive me. Oh, wow. A whole hour went by. I don't know if you're still here, Captain. Please forgive me. So yeah, I'm gonna call it a night because I'm just wiped out. Let's switch over to this right here. Something's not updating. There we go. Not this message, but this message. It's been interesting. Well, thank you, Captain. I appreciate it. Oh, and I'll follow to boot. I normally do gaming. I've been doing a lot of Genshin Impact on the wee hours of Friday mornings. Like if you're up late Thursday night into Friday morning, I do Genshin streams. But that could change at any moment. I might switch to some other game or pop something in. But this is just kind of an off the cuff sort of thing. So yeah, I might have to do this again. I got a couple of new followers and got some folks in here, so I'm excited. Thank you very much, Captain. All right, that's it for me. I'm gonna get some sleep. Good night, everybody.